guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the cabin. It is mail day here at the cabin. I finally have my thermostat for my solar fridge. If you guys have been following along the channel, I installed the solar fridge back in September, and it has been running for an abnormally long amounts of time. The compressor just seems to run on and on. And yeah, of course it was, my solar couldn't keep up with that. It was just too much. So I worked with the company to try to resolve this issue, see what's going on. And they kind of think it could be the thermostat. So they sent me a new thermostat to try. So this is the first step. So today I'm going to take the old thermostat out, pop the new thermostat in, and see what happens. And if the fridge works, then that's awesome. And if not, well, I'll have to go back to the company. And they said that if this thermostat does not fix the issue, then the only other thing that could be is something wrong with the coolant or something, and in which case they would just replace the entire fridge. So hopefully they don't have to do that. I'm kind of hoping that this fixes it. So let's open it up and get it installed and see what happens. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, this looks fairly simple to install. Okay, so the thermostat is right behind here, and you're going to need two things. You will need a Phillips screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver. So the first thing you have to do is take this knob off, and I can tell you these are really hard to get off. So the best thing to do is, if you have just take a flat-ended screwdriver and just kind of go in along here and behind and loosen that up, and that should just pull off. Once you have that knob off, you'll need a 9/16 wrench, and just it's really kind of tricky to get at, especially holding the camera. All you need to do is loosen it, and then you should be able to turn it off with your finger. Okay, don't lose that. Now you need a Phillips to take that screw out. And then this should just pull off like that. And see back here you have these little hooks, so then you just pull forward and drop that down. Okay, this is where it gets tricky to film because I only have two hands and I need both of them. So hopefully I can get this correctly. So what we have here, we have the white wire, it's the brown wire, and we have a yellow wire over here on the side. You get that? Yep. Okay. So we have to disconnect these. Okay, there's the brown. One more, and that would be the white one. So that one actually came off easy. Okay, so this is white here, white, brown, yellow. I can remember that. now to get this out, this needs to pull. I believe it just pulls out. I hope. Yep. Okay, so that just pulls out. Now I have the old one off. Okay. So this is the new one. Now you have to thread this back in, and the guy at the company said just to use a thin coat of olive oil on this to help it slide back into place. So I did put a thin coat of olive oil on it. So I will try to thread this back in. Seems to be going okay. All good. There we go. Okay, now, do I remember where those wires went? Yes, I do. Thing. So yellow went over here. Slide that in a little more if I can. There we go. So yellow goes here. Clips into place. Yeah. Make sure the connection is good. White was on the bottom. Right. Yes, yes indeed. Goes back onto place, and brown on top. Oh, hands are a little slippery now from the olive oil. Okay, back into place. There we go. Okay, done. That's fairly easy. All right, so let's feed that in a little more. Back through here. So those clips have to go in first. Okay, now just to put the knob back in place. There we go. Okay, last thing to do, I just plugged it in, and let's see what happens. Well, the fridge is on and it's running, so that's a good sign. All right, guys, it is a few days later, and as you can tell, we got some snow finally. So in the last video that I did, it rained, and man, it rained hard and rained and rained. And that night, later that night, or early the next morning, I guess it switched over to snow, and we got a few inches down. Nothing major, but a few inches down. A lot of it kind of melted on impact because there was so much water on the ground. So I don't expect this to stick around. I think it's going to melt off. And this wasn't the the pleasant, nice, fluffy white snow that comes down and blankets everything and makes everything look pretty and quiet. Now this is just wet and heavy and slushy. Just made a mess. But oh man, did it ever rain. It really rained hard here. We got a lot of rain lately too, which, it really, well, it wreaked havoc on my road coming up to the cabin. Of course, it's all on a hill. So, and water, runs downhill, and it washed out a lot of the road, a lot of the gravel. So I'll have my work cut out for me. I can't do anything about it this year, but I'll have my work cut out for me for next summer to fix that road up again. Oh, a flock of geese just flew over. They're getting out of here, man. We're heading south. We're going somewhere where it's warm and there's not going to be any snow. All right, back to the fridge. Okay, so I had the thermostat put in, and unfortunately, it didn't work. Didn't change anything. That fridge just runs on and on and on and on. So, I don't know. I'll get back to the company and I'll tell them, what's going on, and we'll see what happens. I don't know what else can be done. I mean, what else could be wrong if it's not the thermostat? It's, the compressor or the coolant or something's wrong. So far, as I said before, the customer service from Unique has been A1. I've got 0 complaints. They've been great. So we'll see what happens next. I'll get back to them, and I don't know what else they can do except replace the fridge. So we'll see how that all goes. I will let you know when I know. But I can't imagine now this will get resolved before Christmas. You never know. But I doubt it. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. I was really hoping that it would be the thermostat, and I was hoping it would be something that simple and I could just replace it and, everything would work great. But well, that's how it goes. Also, in my last video, I mentioned that, the parcel of land next to mine sold. It was just over 100 acres. And, a guy gave it away, and I didn't know that, but he sold it for $24,000. It's less than $250 an acre. Original asking price was $500 an acre, which I thought was, would have been $50,000. I don't know. It was kind of a lot for me, but what was interesting was all you guys that commented, and I appreciate your comments. It was interesting to see the different prices for land across the country and how they vary. Some people saying that, oh boy, that's cheap, and 50,000. Geez, should have jumped right on that. And here land is 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever an acre or more. I was, it's interesting. And or sometimes, I think it all depends on where you are. And I had one guy comment that in rural Arizona, it's common for 100 acres to go for about, 25,000. So, it really depends on probably the population base and what's on the land, obviously, of course, too. I don't know what would be in rural Arizona. Maybe it was all desert, or maybe there's not much there. But, it really depends on where you are and, how much land is available. You got to remember here, there's just endless miles of wilderness. There's nothing here. It's just, it's all wilderness. And not a lot of population. So you can get land at, I think, a fairly affordable price. If you don't mind being remote, that's the key. you have to like, well, yeah, being in the middle of nowheres. So if you don't mind that, you can get land pretty cheap. But anyway, that was the deal on the land, and I missed out on it. Boy, I sure kicked myself, though. I really would have liked to have had it. I didn't need it. I don't need the 100 acres, but for 24,000, you know, I definitely, that was like a steal. Oh well. Okay, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. That is the situation with the fridge. Man, I will make another video when I hear something back from the company. I'll let you know what's going on. All right, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, and if you're new around here, subscribe, ding the little bell so you'll be notified the next time I do a new video. You guys, again, as always, take care, stay safe, and we will see you soon back here at the cabin.